Hello and welcome to Celebrity Trends. If it's your first time, please hit the subscribe button and click on the bell for more amazing news on your favorite celebrities.
Now there's always something going on in the royal household, and this week has been no different. The Prince and the Princess of Wales treated their children to a day of jets, helicopters, and historic planes, and after a surprise visit to Wimbledon, the Queen was revealed that she performed as a ball girl. Now each day, I love to give you a rundown. I'm going to start with Harry and Meghan, because you always like that first, and you don't know where you are, so I can't think how they know. Where they are there and they're out there going to do things separately, then they're going to do things apart. Meghan's never needed him more, and she's worried that he's anxious, and it's sort of a complete sort of whirly gig, which I think you keep you occupied. Now Harry was going to go to Africa on his own and do a broadcast for Netflix, which he hoped they would accept. She was going to stay here and talking about all sorts of films she can do, etc. And suddenly, she's going with him and she's going to help people build homes. But that is absolutely from William. Do you see? That's what William wants to do, make sure everybody's got a home. So they have to come in with something very similar, and she also wants to help women give birth to their babies safely. Do you think help? What do you know? I mean, if you have 2 babies yourself, that does not mean you can understand how birth is. So that's them not knowing quite what to do. They've lost so much. Not being part of the Emmy is absolutely been really difficult, because Meghan offered to be a judge. I'm sure she would have voted for her own thing. Harry and Meghan and Netflix, but I think they're really lost, and they didn't expect all this negativity. But it's actually what they've given out is coming back, and so that's that now. Camilla was great fun. She went along to Wimbledon with her sister. They're very close, and her sister lost her husband recently. So it's very nice seeing to do, but we also learned that she is not going to get paid by the government as the consort. Prince Philip was paid for that right until he died. It's over £300,000 a year, and it's the staff, it's for traveling, it's for all the sort of your work. It's expenses that everybody has if they're working, but she's not going to get it because they realize that it's very hard for people and it would make them very angry. It's a King Charles with so much money, and she got something else from the country, so she's not taking that, which I think is a very good idea and shows a sensitivity that they're not sort of living in a world that doesn't know what actually people are really feeling and how they cope. It's all doing it because I actually think that they have more connection with the people than the politicians. Yeah, especially in the Conservative Party. And if they feel more associated, attached to us here than our politicians, which is, they're very accessible, and when the Queen died, and they came back the next day, instead of going into Buckingham Palace, there were so many people there that they weren't around and shook hands, and thanked them for turning up because it was wet and cold. And I thought that was a very big sign that they want to be accessible. And I think we've seen that all the way through. It's not old fuddy-duddy, it's actually people who really care about other people and no snobbery there. So I think that's really nice. As for Catherine and William, I thought it was a lovely days out, and you could see how Prince George has shot up, is nearly as tall as his mother. She wasn't wearing very high heels that day, but actually you can see he's got very long legs, and he's got very handsome indeed just lately, and he was there, and little Louis didn't like it that much. He was a bit scared of the noise, and things like that, but I thought it was very interesting that they brought them in to see the plane that flew the Queen home, and I think that is quite exciting to see the inside, but also to realize their own history in a very easy way. They're so good at that, and it's lovely to see them go out on the school holiday, and I'll go off somewhere.
Thanks for watching. Till next time on Celebrity Trends.